What's up troopers, my name is Neon and today we're going in depth when it comes to the aim assist settings. And we're going to give you the right settings, what you need to be using, because there's a lot of confusion when it actually comes to the aim assist settings. Sometimes you feel like it hasn't been working, sometimes you feel like it has been working. Well, at least I'm here today to give you the right information. So before we get into the video troopers, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I also want to say thank you very much for 16,000 subscribers, absolutely awesome, so thank you very much for that. Now let's get onto that grind for 17k. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, would have really appreciate it, thank you very much. And of course, leave a like. So in Battlefield 2042, these are currently the aim assist settings what I'm actually using right now. But we need to go in depth and talk about the settings itself. So the one thing I want to go and address first is the soldier aim assist snap zoom. That is something what you just do not want to be using whatsoever. That's something what I just feel like is really controversial when it comes to aim assist, and I feel like this is what gives aim assist a bad name. Aim assist is originally supposed to help out controller players because it's way more harder to aim when it comes to your thumbstick, but the soldier aim assist snap zoom is just something I just don't like. Basically what that does is if you're near a target and you have this on as 100, you can aim and it will actually aim for you. Honestly, that sounds like aimbot to me. Something what's aiming for you and you're not even doing it, I just don't like that. And honestly, having a setting like this, even for Call of Duty having the same setting, it's just a setting you don't want because it's constantly going to be aiming for you. You're not going to be learning to aim on your target by yourself. So it might seem a bit more easier to play on these certain titles, but once you go into a game what doesn't have snap zoom, then you're going to play like a bot because you haven't been practicing at all aiming on your own targets. You're just relying on the game doing it for you, and that gives you no learning curve whatsoever. So when it comes to aim assist snap zoom, I always tell you guys to turn it completely off. Once you turn it completely off, you're going to realize how much more better a player you really are. So the first thing we're talking about is the soldier aim assist slowdown. Basically what this is once you aim down on a target, your sensitivity is actually going to decrease by nearly half, and you're a lot more slower when you're on that target. Once you're on that target, if that guy tries to run away or wiggle, you have a bit more easier time to track that target, because if you didn't have that slowdown at all, and you could be easily snapped off that target super easy. And this could be a lot of things. This could be just the fact you have a really high ADS sensitivity or high sensitivity in general. It could be a lot of things. It could be just too much acceleration. Your uniform soldier configuration could be all over the place. There's so much things from that. But with the soldier aim assist slowdown, there's a lot of cool things you can do with it. Sometimes when you feel like you're actually finding a target and you see them, sometimes you just feel like you're aiming behind them or you're aiming in front of them, and that's because it's an aim assist bubble. You need to be in the aim assist bubble to actually get the full effects of the aim assist. And there's be times where you're trying to aim at that target and it feels like it's pushing you away. If that's the case and you feel like the aim assist is pushing you away, that's just because your aim assist is too strong. What you need to actually be doing is slowing down your aim assist. You don't have to slow it down by too much, so you can have 90 for your aim assist slowdown, or you can actually do the aim assist itself. But the aim assist itself actually tweaks all of these settings. But of course, if you already have the soldier aim assist snap zoom off, then it's only just this one you want to tweak with. But these two you can individually tweak with them, or you can just tweak with the whole thing in general. But this is the thing, if you actually tweak with the soldier aim assist settings and you go all the way down on that, it actually turns down this as well. So really for me, it's up to you. You can turn down this setting and figure out exactly what you want, or you can turn it down on this one. But once you do turn these down, I suggest to just go around and play with them, and if you don't like it, you can turn it down by another 5% or increase it by another 5%. If you actually decrease your aim assist, it's going to actually make it a lot more easier to get into that bubble. A lot of times that the aim assist is just too strong and you're trying to aim onto them and you just can't do it because the aim assist bubble is too strong and you're like kind of locking onto that target but you're way behind. And what you need to do is just smoothing out that aim assist so you can actually get yourself into that bubble. So having aim assist to completely max is actually not a good thing. Sometimes you want to tweak with it, maybe tweak it a little bit, just lower it, not too much, just a small little bit amount, and that might actually help you be a lot more precise with your aim. When it comes to the soldier input curve, there's a couple of things. A lot of people like going for the 2042 and the Battlefield 5 input curve, and a lot of people actually think that this is the newest one what is actually currently in the game. This is what a lot of people thought was the default aim assist setting, and actually you would be right. The 2042 and the Battlefield 5 was actually the aim assist setting what they had from day one. The newest aim assist setting is actually the standard one, and the standard one for me actually feels pretty nice. So if there's going to be any input curve, then give a go on the standard one because that's actually the newest aim assist. The ones I actually do do like using is Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4. They feel extremely nice, but the ones I suggest you should stay away from is the linear one. When it comes to acceleration, I actually had my own acceleration up to 25%. This was something that was actually helping me out with my aim assist and just aiming in general, but now they have actually improved the aim assist. I don't use acceleration at all. I never used acceleration right at the start. I completely turned it off, but over time I actually tweaked up to 25%. But now with the change, I just don't use it anymore. So when it comes to acceleration, I suggest you need to be turning this off. This is also going to add a lot of confusion to you as well, because every time you're aiming, you might have a too high acceleration. And what acceleration is basically once you start pulling, it starts increasing the speed. So you can put your acceleration all the way up to 100, but by the time you actually move that stick, it's going to start from 0 to 100. You're going to feel that speed increase when you're going to be turning around. So it's going to start really slow and increase super fast. So turning this completely off, this is actually going to give you a bit more of a faster aim, a bit more snappier with your acceleration because it is super sensitive. But after a while, you're going to feel extremely more consistent. If you already have your acceleration super high anyway, I suggest to not turn it off instantly, just slowly tweak with it and move it down bit by bit. And the next thing we're talking about is the zoom configuration. So the zoom configuration as default is 133, but just turning this down, and I actually went down to 100, this is extremely good, because what makes this actually is going to be a little bit more slower when it comes to sensitivity. Not super slow, but just slow enough. And then that's the thing, when you tweak with the aim assist settings like this one and you actually tweak it down to 90, you're going to have a way more smoother time when it comes to tracking. So that enemy could be running, going to be following him, no problem, and that's going to be really good, because if that target's moving, you can make sure you get 100% accuracy on that kill. The next one is your ADS field of view. This is really important because this is actually going to help with your visual. If you have so much visual going on, it's going to be way more harder to see the enemies or even track the enemies. So you need to make sure to have this on. If you actually have it off, it's going to increase the zoom by really high. It's almost going to look like you have a default FOV. So actually turning this on is going to be so much more better. If you never had it on in the first place, this is going to look really different, but you're going to look at your weapons and go, wow, these weapons barely move, because it's all by visual wise. It looks like the targets are going to be a lot more further away. You're going to be so much more consistent when it comes to your aiming and staying on target. When you do turn this on, I feel like times when it's going to be a lot more better for you is close range combat situations like Redacted. And the next thing we're talking about is your FOV. So the ADS FOV was what you could tweak from further to closer, but the field of view is the main purpose of it all. What this does is this will make it zoom super in or make it zoom super out. For a lot of people actually having an FOV, I recommend do 90, but for myself, I do 105. I really do feel like a 90 FOV is a really good sweet spot, and a lot of people do love going for that one. But if you have never changed your FOV at all, then I suggest you really should. But if you have it already by default, then just slowly increase it bit by bit until you really find your sweet spot. There's nothing wrong with having a 70 FOV or a 90 FOV or even a 105. And there we go, troopers. That's a bit more in depth when it comes to the aim assist settings for Battlefield 2042. I really hope these settings actually helped you out and improved so much more better in the game. The biggest issue what I was having was I couldn't connect when it comes to the bubble. I felt like every time I saw that target, it always felt like it was pushing me off the bubble. And that was really the biggest problem when it comes to the aim assist. It was so difficult to stay on target because it felt like it was actually punishing you more than it was benefiting you. But with these settings, what I was telling you guys about and more in depth, you're going to stay way more consistent with your aiming. But anyway, troopers, I really hope this in-depth video actually helped you with the aim assist. If it did work, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, be a part of Pink Army. I'll see you, troopers, on the battlefield.